Alright, we got one. Finally got one here. Went back to our little curly tail. Got one to hit. Can't tell how big he is. Don't think he's all that big. Real slow out here today. Thinking somebody's kind of been on my spot here today, or they're just not really that active. But no, he's not gonna make the grade. He's about about 8.5 inches, I'd say. 8.5, something like that. And next year he might be ready to go back. Next year he might be ready to be big enough to take home with me. All right, little buddy. See you. There he goes. Late afternoon, very cloudy day. High, big, kind of a low overcast, really a dark day right here. But we got about an hour to an hour and a half of light left. I got a little curly tail on this little impulse rod, and we're going to just throw out under a float and bring it back real slow. It's probably about 6 feet down to the curly tail. We're going to heave it out there and bring it back. Actually, not real slow, just maybe a moderate retrieve to get that curly tail to move around a bit. Some old Berkeley XL, I think, which means extra limp, I think is what it is. It's kind of a green color. 6-pound test. Probably best hit this spot early in the morning, probably. Catch it through the week when there's not as many people out and about. There's one right there though, so we got that one. Yeah, that's a decent one maybe. Definitely a crappie. So we know there's a few out there. Maybe there hadn't been anybody fishing here. It's kind of a hard little spot to find if you don't know to look for it. It's just a little stump out there. Let's see, I don't think he's gonna quite make it, but yeah, no, he's a little bit small. He felt kind of good there for a second, but no, he's not even 9 inches long. He's about 7.5 or 8 probably. I'm gonna turn him loose right here. All right, little buddy, you grow up and come back next year, and we'll see how you're looking then. See ya. There's one right there. That one wasn't that far out. See if there's any size to him. About ready to give up on that retrieve, and there we got one. Feels like it might be a little bit better one. We usually don't get into this many little ones out here, but that's another small one. That's 3 about that same size, around that 8 to 9 inch range. Now they would be okay to eat. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that size. You get smaller fillets, but they got to be 10 inches here in Tennessee to legally harvest. So he ain't gonna make the grade. All right, little buddy. Be seeing you right there. Here's one. I think that's a little better one right there, maybe. That one was pretty far out. Yeah, that might be a little bit better one. See if we got our first keeper of the day here. They're liking this little white curly tail all of a sudden. Here before dark, about I don't know, maybe 30 minutes before dark. I'm not even sure what time it is. It's just real dark and cloudy out here today. There's probably another small one here, but he's a little bit bigger maybe. Nah, about the same. Yeah, we got a real school of little ones in there all of a sudden. It's funny how they're all sort of running that same size. It's kind of unusual to get this many small ones. That's Forget how many little ones I got. He felt like he might be a little bit better one, but he really wasn't. He was just out there a little far. Alright, here we go. See you, little buddy. We got one, boy. I hope it's a good one. About to give up, and man, we got one. Feels like a good one. If it's a crappie, it feels like a decent size fish here if we can keep him on. Always remember to kind of take it easy with them here. They'll get off on you right there at the bank if you ain't careful. Yeah, it's going to be a decent crappie, I believe. I hope he's a keeper. It's white crappie, looks like. Not a monster, but it's yeah, it's a good one though. Look at that. That is a good one right there, friends. Persistence pays off. Hanging around out here a little bit longer than I thought I was going to. On this little white curly tail yum right here. Little white curly tail grub done paid off right here before dark. A little bit before dark. Pretty crap. Get him measured up. Maybe we can get another one here. More dark. Let's see what this measuring stick tells me right here, folks. See, we got about, close the mouth. We're pushing close to 11 inches right here. So there you go. Put him on a stringer. Get this little booger on a stringer. We got a little bit of light left right here. Alright, we got a big one right here, folks. It feels like a big one. If that's a crappie, man, I think we got a big one. Go easy with him. He slammed it pretty hard. Felt like a big old dead weight. He's coming in. It might not be a crappie. If it is, it's a decent one. Kind of thinking it's not, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt right here. Hope it's a big black one. I think, I don't know, it might be a big black one. It is a big crappie. No, it's not a crappie. So I was right, it's a big old white bass. Well, hey, actually it might be a yellow bass right there. That right there, if that is a yellow bass, son, that right there, you can see it's got some yellow in it. I don't know if that's a yellow bass or not. If it is, boy, let me get my camera down here. If that's a yellow bass, that's a big one. I don't know. I got my reservations about it, but it's big though. It's got a lot of yellow in it. Look at all that yellow right there. Beautiful. Right here. That big moon right there. Got that loose. Yeah, folks, that's a big, that's just a, look how big that yellow bass is next to that crappie. I'm pretty sure that's a yellow bass. If that is, I mean, it weighs every bit of a pound and a half probably. Let me get him coming loose here. All right, little buddy. See ya. There he goes.